There's a difference between IQ and education, and Batman's more educated. Rich out of his mind and knows something about everything? That's exactly my point. He's rich and well educated. Spider-Man made his own webbing at like 17 years old, and world's greatest detective? Hold on, okay? Yo, Freddy, what's happening, man?
I'm in your kitchen.
What do you mean you're in my kitchen?
Woo!
Freddy, what do you mean you're in my kitchen? Oh, shit. Dude, what do you... Oh, my God. It's gonna be okay, baby. Trent Frederick stole my kitchen. Low-quality fans of a high-quality Bruins team, that is a dub! A dub! Gosh, it's a dub. It feels good to say it's a dub. This video, it took me a little while to get this started because it's Valentine's Day on Monday. Bought my girl a Switch, and then I had to set it up. One of those things where, like, I walked in the door, and there it is, and she's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and then she's like, all right, I don't like setting things up. And I was like, okay, we'll get to the video eventually. And we did! And the Bruins. Oh, a shutout. Little Jeremy Swayman with a beautiful shutout. He has not been as dominant his past few starts as I thought he would be. Obviously, that goes back a little while because there was the Rask experiment, which is an experiment, right? It was an experiment in a certain sense. But he's back. He was not asked to do a lot, but he did make some big saves in this one. Ottawa is not a pushover team. They aren't in my book, at least. They're capable of beating good teams. Fuck, they beat the Canes not too long ago. Something we have failed to do. But you gotta feel good about this one. Welcome back to some of you, and I'm not judging at all. I get it. Sometimes you watch a game like the Pittsburgh game or like the Carolina game, and you go, I can't do any Bruins until I see them play another game. Like, they're so disappointing and frustrating. Yeah, you can't do it. You just can't do it. You got to wait until you have a little more positivity in you. And so my video pops up on your timeline and you go, can't do it. Can't do it. Maybe you don't flip me off, but I kind of get it. I just get it. I get it, man. There's sometimes I sit down to make the video and I just go, wow, I don't even want to talk about this game. But it's okay, because then you have moments like these where we shut them out, baby! God, I feel good. I did not replace the Coil jersey on the wall. That's glaring. Oh my God, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Swayman gets a start. Still no Bergie, no Vach, no Marchand. There's a part of the roster. You know what? Let's just talk about it. Bring up the roster. Not a lot changes. Top line is still your Hall, Howell, Pasternak. But second line, Trent Frederick. Mr. Trent, I'm in your kitchen, Frederick. A guy I have been horribly critical of. Very intensely critical of. And he had a good game. And I am going to give him some props in this one. We're going to get there. But I love it, love it, love it when players just come out of nowhere with a really solid game and see if they can build on it. I don't care if it makes me look stupid. Like, a win's a win, man. I'll be dumb all day. I'll donk all day if it means dubs. But he's going to line up with your boy Coyle and with your boy Smith. I liked it. Third line, DeBrusk's dropped back down. DeBrusk's with Stanika and Foligno. Stanika continues to be a pretty good player there. He might never be a top 6 guy. He might not. But right now, he certainly belongs in the league, as I'd say. When we have a fully healthy team, it's hard to find a spot for him. But if you could kick Foligno out of the lineup, rude. That's rude and unnecessary. Fourth line! Bleed, Nosek, Lazar. It's what the fourth line should be. A few people said it on Twitter earlier. That is a good fourth line. I like that fourth line, and they were rewarded tonight almost multiple times for being a good line. But defensively, so now we have Grizz out for his injury. You saw him go down last game. McAvoy is going to work with Riley. I don't mind that, because Riley will still do his offensive thing, and McAvoy is going to make up for a lot of Riley mistakes. But Ashan gets the call up with Carlo, which is actually a pretty decent pair in my book. Someone said it, Krista, I believe, said it in the comments of the last video. Is it time to talk about Carlo yet? Because even in this game, there were some bright spots. But man, clear the puck. What is up with you? I really expected a different season from this guy. And yes, Krista, it's time to talk about him. It's time to get a little worried about him. I agree. I really hope it was Krista that said this because I have not looked back. And I'm going to feel like a real asshole if I do look back and already posted the video. But we're going with it. It is time to talk about Carlo. But let's not focus on negatives. Sean looks solid. He's a bulldog, as you know. If you've been watching the channel for a while, I've been high on Sean as far as he belongs in the NHL. I don't think he's a second pairing guy long term, but he could be a third pair, just bulldog kind of player. Not very big, but can have flashes of energetic offense. And then once in a while makes not a big hit, but a hit that makes you go, ooh, that definitely didn't feel good. The guy's a box. He's solid. And then your bottom pair continues to be Forbort and Cliffy. Whatever, man. Whatever. There is good news, though. Bergeron is nearing a return. Will likely not play in the next game, but he's definitely on pace to return sooner than I thought. Maybe late next week. And Marchand is appealing his suspension, which is great. I mean, worst case scenario, they say no, right? They're not going to tack games on for an appeal, right? They can't do that, right? I will say, the difference in time and space we had against Ottawa, and it's not because of anything we were doing, I don't think. It's just because Ottawa allows way more time and space. Just sometimes you see what makes a team good and what makes a team not so good. I do think Ottawa is not a pushover, like I said earlier. But when you consider how little time you had with the puck against the Canes and how little time you had with the puck against the Pens, because even when we were playing really well against the Penguins, that first period, it was really quick puck movement. Fast, clever drops and movement to get out of the zone. You'd whip the puck up, tape to tape, the way you need to play against some of these better teams. Ottawa allowed you so much more time to skate the puck up, to find your guy. They are not as intense forechecking, as intense defensively. It is a little reminiscent of us, actually, with how much we allow players to stay at the perimeter and make their plays. We just have a better structure than Ottawa does, and more talent, I would say. That'll flip in 5 years, probably, but for now, more talent. Puck drops and 45 seconds in. Oh, we deserve it. Oh, we do. And mostly because Coyle, with two responsible, elite plays to keep the puck in, and then a third play coming down the right wall, absolutely goes through Stutzle. And I do not know if that is the right way to pronounce it. I've heard it said a bunch of different ways, but Stutzle is the way I was led to believe. Just absolutely dekes around him, takes his pants right down in front of a national crowd of 500 people. There was only a few people in the arena. Goes right around him, throws the puck through the slot. Smith is there, fires this. Huge save. Huge save. Bounces over the net, comes back, and Frederick, here's your bit of Freddie, great job. Held his ground, fought for a space in front of the net, allowed himself to not only fight for the space, but get his stick down, which a lot of times we'll see guys, oh wow, he's holding the front of the net well. But he can't make a play on the puck if it comes to him because his stick is all over the place. Have your space. And he did. Lucky bounce to him. Wide open net. Murray is already down. That's 1-0, 45 seconds into the game. Feels like every time something happens in the first 2 minutes. Every time. And you gotta like this because this wasn't one of those situations where you go, oh God, we scored the first goal. We scored the first goal against Ottawa. Not a pushover, but not a team that I'm gonna go, oh man, we're gonna take the foot off the gas. No, we needed a win here. Which brings me to a point. This was not a must win because we're in February. But damn, didn't it feel like you gotta win this game, man? You gotta get back in the win column because the last two are ugly. You're missing a lot of guys. Like, just get a win here. Glad we got this one. $1:15 later, puck comes in from the right wall on Swayman. And Swayman kicks it out right. It is just off center in the slot into a ton of bodies. We're lucky to escape from there. Swayman's been good. But these are the moments we keep talking about. Him and Olmark. Olmark freezes the puck too often. Isn't always great with rebound control. Swayman kicks it into really populated areas. Scary moments. Couple of the goaltenders, they need to solidify in areas. They're both young. One of them's getting used to just being on a winning team. The other one's just coming into the league. I'm not being overly critical here. That was a really, really butt-clenching moment. Not in love with that. 4 minutes in, we have 10 shots on net. 4 minutes in, we have 10 shots on net. Not combined between the teams. The Boston Bruins have 10 shots on net. 11:15 left in the period. And Watson goes for interference. Blatant interference, right? It looks like almost a high hit on Ashawn, but Ashawn is so short, how can you really tell? Bleed takes exception. Rushes in, defends his teammate. We get offsetting. Interference for Watson, and then roughing for Bleed. That is 1,000% bullshit. Like, the game is trying to update itself in a way that I don't know the players are willing to do. Because you have a guy gets hit, the guy doesn't like to hit, he comes over to get upset about it, and then you give him the penalty. The guy who made the first initial penalty should get the extra 2. If you want to take the other guy off the ice for a couple minutes, fine. Give the first guy who actually committed a penalty an extra 2. Tussling after the whistle, that's a normal fucking thing. I mean, and then you look at the Carolina game, when McAvoy goes clean hit, completely clean hit on Aho, and then Tony D rushes him to fight, and then they don't get the extra 2. Come on, a little consistency here, man. Just a little bit. I know I'm preaching to the void on this one. NHL refereeing, the void. 4v4 for 2 minutes. 1:20 left of the 4v4, slashing on Ottawa. We are going to hold the puck for about 50 seconds with 0 chances before the whistle is blown to start the power play, really, because it's 4v4, right? It would go to 4v3. I don't really mind this. Swayman goes to the bench. We have the extra guy. We're trying to make a play on it. There's extra space on the ice. Let's use the extra space. I'd rather have a 4-on-3 than a 5-on-4. I would. At a certain point, 30 seconds left, we kind of give the puck up. We're going to go to that 5-on-4. Had we not scored on this, I would have been so upset. And we didn't. I was really upset for a moment. Murray actually played a solid game here. He really did. Almost scored, though. Foligno off the post as the penalty is expiring, the second penalty. Well, I guess really the only penalty that mattered. Of course he does. Of course he does. Foligno is just, God, he's white bread, man. He is celery is too spicy for him. He's so boring. He doesn't do anything that makes me happy, but he doesn't do anything that makes me upset, which is making me upset. And then rewards. 6:30 left in the period. Lazar collects in our zone, rushes up the right side and makes a really heady play where he sees Bleed coming in, gets it just around, just behind the defender in front of him. Bleed, with enough speed, defender can't turn in time and collect. Enough speed, gets behind that defender, grabs the puck. It sort of turns into 2-on-1, fires it in on the net from the right side, and the rebound goes right to Lazar. And Lazar is rewarded for collecting the puck in the defensive zone, following the play up the ice, dishing it to Bleed in a really clever manner, and Bleed just getting pucks to the net. It's a good rebound for us. It's exactly what the Aho goal looked like, or the first Aho goal looked like against Carolina. That good bounce. That bad rebound control we just talked about. Look, I have complaints about bottom 6 players too often, right? Not everyone can be an all-star. And I think we all get caught in like, come on, man, just make the play, when the plays are hard to make. But damn, you want to talk about a hard-working goal. It was pretty, but a hard-working goal that you can just respect that fourth line for. Whew, I'm in such a good mood. Can you tell? I've already talked for 17 minutes of this video. I guarantee at this point in the video, there's not 17 minutes past. I am cutting this way down. I just can't shut up. Gaudette, cross-checked by Riley, 6 minutes left. Does it feel like does it feel like Riley cross-checks people a lot without getting called? Because I kind of feel like he knows the line really well, and then once in a while he crosses it, but if you watch him through the whole game, he cross-checks a lot of people, but just doesn't get called for it a lot. There's just a line of intensity you have to hit somebody with in the cross-check department, and he's also on the smaller side. He just gets away with it a lot, and then once in a while he puts a little too much oomph into it and gets called. We kill the penalty. Stutzle. 1:28 left. Cross-checks. DeBrusque. We're going to go to the power play. Do nothing with it. Next period starts. We're going to do nothing with the rest of it. This second period was not a good one for us. It wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't really a good one. I have about 5 notes here. 11:42 left. Smith goes for tripping. PK, kill it. Although Shabbat does go off the post for it. So that was scary. And then how do goalies turn into fucking world beaters when they play us, man? Murray, 6:45 left, and it's a huge save on Freddie, who is alone in the slot, goes glove side, and Murray diving forward just gets him. Oh, God, what a gorgeous save that was. Matt Murray making a redemption arc. Good for him. I don't really dislike Murray. I feel like the guy he has the cups, but man, did he get shafted by the Pens. What are you gonna do? Third period starts. We're gonna kind of have a mixed bag for the first 6 or 7 minutes, and 12:45 left in the period in the game, and it's a 3-on-2, and DeBrusk. Oh man, DeBrusk gets it wide open. He's on the inside of the left circle, and I'm thinking shoot all day, but he sees McAvoy coming back door. Problem is McAvoy doesn't have a stick. I didn't realize it. DeBrusk didn't realize it. Throws it to McAvoy, who it goes right by him. And I don't know if he looked at the ref or looked at DeBrusk or looked at the bench or looked at the coach, but he just goes, like you could see the head movement on him of like, what do you want me to do? Come on. That was hilarious because we have a 2-0 lead at this point. But with the way 2-0 leads have gone lately, and the national broadcast is talking about how good the Bruins are at holding on to leads. And it just goes to show they haven't really watched the Bruins lately. They really haven't. A minute later, though. Oh, Nosek to Lazar going into the zone. It's a 3-on-2. Lazar, he has bleed far side, but I guess he just didn't like the pass play there. Goes right to the net. I don't hate it. Tries to go outside, inside, round the pad. Doesn't make the play. Murray gets the pad on it, but then Lazar makes contact with Murray. Murray falls down and gets spun around, so his feet are basically towards the posts. Puck's still playing. And I know life comes at you fast. I get it, man. I get it. But fuck off with this. Puck gets behind the net. Bleed picks it up. Wrap around. Buries it. Buries it on the right side of the net. Murray's staring down at it right there. Murray tries to get a leg to it. You know, I understand goaltender interference usually pretty well. And there are actually some really great articles out there that really break it down for you that you're going to way more often go, oh, I'm going to be on the right side of this. It's not as sporadic as you guys think. It really isn't. But when you make contact in the blue area, it is almost always, right? It's almost always going to get waved off. If it's you inflicted the contact in the blue area, they did not come out of it. If the contact's out of the blue area, wow, does it change the rules a lot. But if it's in the blue area, it's usually going to get waved off. That being said, Murray lied there, waiting for the refs to bail him out. He literally did. He lied there and waited. Now, was there contact in the blue area? Absolutely. He did not. And this, to me, was not about, because at this point, it is up to the ref. This, to me, wasn't about, hey, does he have enough time to get up and make the save? To me, this was about, does he make any fucking effort at all to get off his ass and make a save? You know what effort he made? That's what he went for. He was lying there, went for it. Fuck that. That's a goal. That is a goal. But no, that gets waved. My boy Bleed gets robbed. You see him on the bench, and both of them are just like, whatever, man. Whatever. The game continues. You're going to have some fun moments. You're going to have Pasta with a lot of space to take in the offensive zone and just straight up whiffs on the puck. Just loses it. I mean, Marchand shootout style whiffs on it. Brutal. But 3:46 left, and Swayman, couple nervous moments, but he's locking it down. He's had a bunch of big saves this period. Again, it wasn't asked to do a ton, but where there were moments, and all of a sudden, he goes down. Mad scramble in front of the net. Puck looks like it's going in, and Ottawa just can't buy one. Just can't buy one. They pull the goalie shortly after. 3 minutes. 3 minutes left in the game. They pull the goalie. Guess who can't fucking score an empty net goal? I mean, teams, I'm sorry, I can't remember who said this. Someone tagged me in it, though. Teams are going to start pulling their goalie with like 8 minutes left because they just know that we can't score on it. I know that's hyperbole, But I think you're kind of with me on this. Unbelievable. Stud misses from the neutral zone. Pasta misses from the neutral zone. Can't buy one in an empty net. It's bizarre. 3 minutes of an empty net. Can't get the puck. Can't clear it. Carlo is floundering. Just unbelievable. I literally cannot believe that this streak has continued like this. I think we've literally had one empty net goal in a winning game in our past 13 or 14 wins. 15, 16 maybe. Brutal. And nitpicky, yeah, but guys, this is gonna matter in the playoffs. 100%. If we can have a lead going into the last 4 minutes of this. But I believe. Game notes, Freddie. Freddie. Really looked good next to Coyle and Smith. I thought he played a hell of a game. I know we want to be excited about him. I get it. I'm not against that. I'm not against Freddie being good. Please trust me on that. I need so much more evidence that we should keep him past the trade deadline. Because if he has any value to another team, I am shipping him off without blinking. I haven't seen any of it. And this game has been it. He's played hard. He's able to be more stagnant next to Coyle, I feel like, and Smith, who hunt the puck, where he can take that net front presence and really fight for it and get chippy. But the bad penalties, and not this game, but the bad penalties and the poor neutral play, really good defensively, not taking anything away from her there. He's really good defensively. Man, I just haven't seen enough from him. If he can do this for a few weeks in a row, though, oh, God, you love to see it. Makes you feel a lot better about trading DeBrusk, because all of a sudden, maybe on that left wing next to Coyle on the third line with a fully healthy lineup, yeah, he doesn't have as much scoring upside as DeBrusk does, but if he's a good addition to that line, I feel good about that. Really good game, Freddie. You deserve a lot of credit for that one. I hope they gave him pats on the back in the locker room for that. Studnicka, really catching up to the speed of the game. I liked a lot of what I saw from him. I'm a huge Studnicka guy. And I think I really am worried that I'm just too high on him and I'm not seeing the faults. But even, I remember last game, first period, I was kind of like, everyone's praising him, I'm not quite seeing it. I think he's really locking it in. I'm impressed, and I'm happy about that. The makeshift defense played a good game. I am terrified of that defense. And Carlo, for the love of God, clear a puck. Just clear a puck, please. Please. Forbort has continued to be steady on that third pairing. That's where he belongs. But he has been really steady, and I'm really happy that I haven't said his name in a while because you barely notice him these days because he's doing a really good job. You don't notice a defenseman like that. When we weren't mentioning Carlo's name, it was because he was doing a really good job. Because defensive defensemen, you don't notice. Because nothing's going past them. And they're not leaping into the offensive zone. Really, really happy with what a couple of these guys are doing performance-wise on the defensive end. Not happy with Carlo right now. Really not. All right, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. And seriously, I was joking about the whole, like, some people tune in on some games, some people don't. I mean, my numbers do reflect that, but I literally understand. I really do. Go Bees!